We are back after a long intermission, let's call it. Now we're going to talk about the return of the operations, and specifically about Narai. Not with Weimar, not with Fiji, but with the Mainz. I think she's a rather good ship to play this game, and it is a different game. I will have to say that from all the reworks which he has done, CVs, subs, commander skill rework, I'm looking at you, this one is successful. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Right off the bat, I'm telling you, this is an 8 out of 10. They did a good job. Including tier 8s,
warship commanders provide cover for the
makes the game a little bit more challenging. The randomness is also, well, some say not welcome, but it makes it not boring. You are not repeating the same and the same again. And the gameplay gets different. You really have to think about it once more. And here you go, I made a mistake. I did not have my AP loaded. I lost one shot. I ignored it. As it would be behind the island now,
The ship is on fire!
focus on the battleship. By now, they should have received in the previous mode a lot of damage, which is not the case. And let me also just say this, so I don't forget it. Oh, come on. You're bringing an aircraft carrier in the reward operations to do what? They're useless. And this is one bug they have in Narai now. The destroyer goes and beaches there and becomes a sitting duck.
Enemy destroyer sunk.
This works in the previous, let's say, edition of operations. Now, this is a Queen Elizabeth, and the Queen Elizabeth will really lap you out of the water at this distance. The two ships to the east provide all the spotting required. Here, there is nowhere you can hide. And speak of the devil. There she is. I'm going to torp her. She took half of me out from the bow. Now hopefully my torpedoes will reach before she has time to reload. And we will continue. I think after this one, if she goes down, which, okay, she will go down, the gameplay will be the same. Nothing will change. Actually, in this opening stage, you take all the damage you should take playing the transport side. Now, if you are in a division with a destroyer that lays down a smoke, let's say, for you, things could be totally different. But then what will your destroyer friend do in the rest of the game? Okay, this is the boring part, where I have to say again that I find the rework quite interesting. The new operations are challenging, and now having so many operations that pop up in random makes the game a little bit more challenging and more interesting. Grinding your T8 ships is also a positive thing, as we're going to see at the end of the game. Payout is not bad at all. Only you have to take into consideration that the red ships now don't die easily, which means you're exposed to shell fire for a longer duration. But again, you have more HP to farm.
Problem solved,
numbers
sir.
will be different, and you're going to see it at the end of the game. Thinking that now I have 83k, that was extremely difficult with the previous operation.
Enemy destroyer
And
sunk.
now this is why Narai needs a Hydra ship. I played the same game with a Bayard. Guns are amazing. She shoots fast. She shoots well. She has the gunnery booster. But here, the smoke that is late would delay you very much, and you'll see what I mean later. Nobody came our side, so we can farm nice and easily. If somebody comes this way, you will not farm in the same way, but you will finish a lot faster, and finishing a lot faster when you play transports is quite significant, because then you can enter the basin a lot faster and take the proper position a lot faster. And all of these things are quite important in Narai if you're trying to optimize your damage output. I don't know why I launched the storms. I should have launched earlier and leave earlier, so I gain some time. But this will come in time. I think this is my first or my second game with the Mainz in Narai. And generally speaking, I don't play the Mainz. She's a lot more cumber, let's say, difficult to handle compared to the Fiji or the Weimar that I am used to play in Narai. Her guns are very good, to be honest. Her torpedoes are excellent. Her hydro is magnificent. But she turns a little bit, not a little bit, compared to the Fiji that turns on a dime. She's not the swiftest and most agile ship. However, we do what we have to do. And now, just because my health is extremely low, I will not rush in the harbor as I would do if I had a full health ship. The destroyer and the cruiser in the basin will be problematic if you go in alone. They will focus you, and with a little bit of health that I have, without the beautiful heel of the Fiji, it's a no-no. But as ships are coming from the mouth in the north, it will only take a few seconds before those ships try to engage, and then I'll be behind them, which will allow me to sail as fast as I can to the southeast to do the job that I like doing, like farming amazing numbers of HP. Also, I need to stress that once... Okay, this is my stupidity. I think the bow is the stern, and the stern is the bow. Huge mistake. I just lost one shot. I was not paying attention, to be honest. Now, let's go to this philosophical part of Narai. During the last week of the classical Narai, I got 12 reports playing the Weimar and the Fiji for scoring 400 or 390 or 450. I do understand the frustration. I mean, you go in, you take everything and you leave nothing left for the other one. I mean, it's selfish play. And I will accept that.
Enemy cruiser sunk.
It is fun, but it is selfish. So, I mean,
Attention, enemy forces detected.
it's very difficult to have a very good game and not be selfish, like not let anyone else play. Either you come rushing in from northeast by killing the CV and the two escorts, and you rush in the harbor and the basin, and you just take everything out. We have all seen this magnificent play with the Weimar that scored 600k.
Clear the base.
Yeah, but it actually takes away all the joy of playing from everybody else. The same if you play the transports. If I did not screw up the end,
Enemy cruiser foundered.
I would have more than 600 in this game. I did 2 mistakes. I'll talk to you about them once we reach at that point. And okay, now we're like farming damage. We know the AI. The AI did not change. The ships will aim at same locations with the same mechanics. They only change what ship is where. So I'm just sailing nicely and safe, shooting at the
Concentrate fire on the enemy warship.
battleship, and then okay, we have one more battleship. Let's shoot that one as well. Nobody's going to aim at us. We'll take no damage. Okay, now my failed attempt to kill steal. Okay, no, it's not. Nobody's stealing kills. I'm securing. Okay, that's bull. Everybody knows that this is bull. I should not have done that, but I did it. My bad. Okay, this is the classic way. Okay, wrong selection of shells. I corrected it. Look at the difference. Half the ship goes now. The other half goes now. We finish it off. We turn to torpedoes.
Enemy cruiser foundered.
And we ignore it and turn the other side. Try to bring the guns to bear.
We
And
destroyed an
while
enemy
our
battleship.
guns turn, we torp the battleship, and then we try to take as much damage as we can from the other ships. Now I have AP loaded, which is good for
Enemy
my
battleship
first shot,
foundered.
even though everything ricocheted. Quite interesting. And I do not change my shell, and this is a big mistake. Look at the ricochets, how the number increases, and I insist as if I'm totally stupid, not understanding. I mean, some people jokingly say that the definition of madness is to repeat the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. Yeah, that's me now. I'm being mad, stupid. That should have changed to HE, and I would have done a lot more damage. And my second mistake is that I take the east side of this main island, which does not allow me to continue shooting on the anchorage and farm a little bit more. This is why I'm telling you, this one could be, let's say, 600k game. The game is actually over. I enjoyed it. I think Narai is a little bit more challenging. I've played it many times after the return of the operations. The Missouri will blap anything that tries to flank, so you have to be extremely careful. This will delay you.
All enemy ships were destroyed. Operation
The
successful.
3 ships coming out from the harbor, the CV with the DD and the cruiser, are much more resilient, and it takes more shells to kill them, so you really need to be careful. It's not such an easy ride in the park. Oh, okay, like extra bonus, now we have this, whatever it's called, a rendering of the minimap, so you can see how the game progresses. It's quite interesting. I like the new way where it shows where you shoot, where you send your torps, where you receive damage from. And that's it. And as you can see, the game played well. That's it from me. See you next time.